Hello guys, welcome to the channel. This is Lunar Goddess Tarot. I'm Sarah and I'll be your intuitive guide today. So today I wanted to look into, I'm going to use the same decks that I used yesterday, the Shaman's Dream Oracle and the Angels and Ancestors deck. But I'm also going to add in, I haven't really decided, I think I'm going to add in the Work Your Light Oracle. So I'm going to jump right into the cards today. If you would like a personal reading with me, all of my offerings are listed on my website. I have coaching sessions as well as readings available, so you can purchase those on the website. If you have issues with the website, because I think we're still working out the kinks, unfortunately, please just email me directly. All of that information is below. And let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we're going to start with the Work Your Light Oracle. And we're going to tap into the energies and see what really wants to be revealed, what wants to be discussed, what needs to be just looked at this morning. Hope you all are doing fantastic. We are approaching the Lionsgate portal, which is on 8/8. So I'll be talking more about that here. And I'm also going to be talking more about that conjunction, the Uranus-Mars North Node conjunction. It's an exact conjunction of the North Node and Mars, I believe, on July 31st. And then I believe it's Uranus that joins on August 1st. So they're going to be exactly conjunct on August 1st. And then we have that Lionsgate portal coming on 8/8. So right around the corner. So some energies to really shake things up. There's been a lot of chaotic energies, a lot of turbulent energies, a lot of anger with that Mars energy. And then Uranus is like the great disruptor. So we have this disruptive, chaotic energy. There's passion, there's anger, things are coming out sideways. So just things to be really aware of as we move towards this Lionsgate and as we move into August. The first card that's catching my attention here is the boundaries card. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Energetic boundaries, physical boundaries, psychological, mental, whatever that might be, emotional boundaries. And not just in if you're in a twin flame connection, not just in that twin flame connection, but this would also be with soulmate connection. This could also be with anybody in your life, parents or friends or family, even with yourself. I'm also hearing with yourself for some people. So where might you benefit from establishing those better boundaries? And where is it that maybe you haven't had those in the past that maybe has created some sort of issue for you or like saying yes when you really mean no? That's something that we do where we're not really respecting our own boundaries, overextending ourselves, saying yes to too many people when really what we want to do is stay in self-care and nurture ourselves. So just be mindful of that. Be mindful of energy vampires that might be coming through. Be mindful of, your own tendency to maybe kind of expect from others. It's kind of like what's coming through is like the expectation that could be really high because you have high expectations of yourself and then high expectations of others. So that could be coming through as well. What else is coming through with this card? It's like when we set those clear boundaries and we know where we stand, then we allow others to know where they stand with us as well. So it's really for the benefit of both parties. And, checking in with that solar plexus to check in with your boundaries, checking in to see, and that solar plexus has been active lately. So checking in to see, does this feel right? Is this right? Is this really a no when I'm saying yes? And why is that? And then maybe even the opposite. Are you saying no when you really mean yes? Because it's a fear-based decision. So we want to check in with where it is that we might need to establish better boundaries. And in addition to that, we have the share your voice card. So that's interesting. So come out of the cave, persecution, expression. As I've said before, and older readings, previous readings, a lot of us were witches burned at the stake in past lives, and some of us had lifetimes together, many of us, I presume. And so we were burned at the stake for literally for speaking our truth. We were deemed witches. Your counterpart, if you're a part of a twin flame connection, because I read for twin flames and soulmates and light workers and star seeds, all of you guys, your twin flame might have even called you a witch, might have even said you're doing witchcraft or you're witchy, because they didn't understand the nature of the connection. They couldn't understand your heightened intuition. They couldn't understand why they could feel you and kind of hear you when you weren't around as well. So this is really saying, come out, don't be afraid of persecution or speaking your truth. Really express yourself freely. So this could be challenging, especially if you've lived a life where people have maybe told you, just be a good girl or be a good boy, don't say too much, just be quiet, just keep it to yourself. Nobody wants to hear what you have to say. Like if you had a childhood where your voice wasn't honored, then that could be really challenging for you to want to speak your truth to people, to reveal the true you, but also to express yourself in the way in which you need to establish those better boundaries, and also doing it out of love and not out of anger. So not allowing yourself to get to that place where it's just a complete blow up, or temper tantrum, but instead getting, being able to express yourself. And then if somebody doesn't honor that, then you can walk away from that situation or connection. The Great Gathering card is coming in. It's like a lot of you have been asking about soul tribe. Like, I'm lonely, friends or family moving away, or you moving away from friends and family and then feeling this loneliness. Really encourage you to get out, really encourage you to try to connect with people in, your environment, in your neighborhood, in your community. And, this is like, you're going to get these intuitive nudges and hits that are going to alert you to where the soul tribe is located. And really just want to encourage you guys to put yourselves out there and to trust that there are like-minded people, not just online here, but also in your waking, present daily life, especially in your neighborhoods right now. There's a lot of energy there where we are connecting to people locally, kind of because of what's happened the past several years. The community has really come together. So check in with your neighbors, meet your neighbors, make it a point to, if you're in an apartment complex, make it a point to attend some of the events that they have, make it a point to go to the pool, make it a point to be social, and try to connect with people, because you might really surprise yourself. Especially if you've been kind of a hermit these past couple of years. It's time to really put yourself out there in that sense and be a little more vulnerable. Protective guardian, yeah, exactly. Drop your shields. I love it when the cards confirm what I'm saying and what I'm feeling. So yeah, drop your shields, guys. You're protected. There's no need for you to have the shield. If there's no need for you to be so defensive, is also what I'm hearing. Drop the shields. Your protection, is all around you at all times. And, call on your archangels, call on, whomever it is that you pray to, that you feel guide you in this lifetime, whether it's your higher self, it's God, or it's an archangel or deity, whatever it might be, gods or goddesses. Just know that you're protected, and that you don't need to be afraid. I'm hearing, you don't need to be afraid. I think there's a lot of fear that has really cropped up in people. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear of loss right now. And there is a lot of loss and grief energy circulating. And I talked about that in the reading yesterday, guys. And, I'll talk about that in this when I do a reading and a Patreon post on the Uranus-Mars North Node conjunction, because it's aligning in Taurus. It's all conjuncting in Taurus, that exact conjunction on August 1st. And, we're going to feel the effects leading up to that, and we're going to feel the effects afterwards as well. So whatever shield you might have, like shame or fear, again, it's like it could be coming out as anger. There's a lot of verbal assaults, and, I've heard clients say, people are turning on them and people are getting really nasty. And, how triggered are you? Can you stay calm in that moment? Can you see that, the verbal assault is not actually a reflection of you, but it could be a reflection of their own fears or insecurities, and not allowing somebody to take you down to their level, especially people that aren't on this journey, that don't understand what's happening, that maybe there's jealousy because you're on a twin flame journey and this individual in your life, a friend or family member, isn't. But there could be a variety of reasons why this is happening. It's interesting that we've got the magic guardian, 2 guardians that came up, because she came up yesterday. So we've got this protection guardian, like drop your shields. You don't need to hide who you are. You don't need to hide the gifts that you have. You were born for this. For this you were born. And then this is about unlocking the magic within. So knowing that you have everything you need within you. This is a really important message coming through right now, guys. I can't stress this enough. You are your own healer. You are your own guide. You are your own teacher. I've been saying this for a long time, and you have the ability to differentiate, what's right for you, what's going to work for you at this time, because maybe what worked before isn't going to work now. So, drop whatever resistance you have. Be a little more vulnerable. But also have those healthy boundaries where they need to be set. So there's a fine balance right now that we are having to create in order to really move forward here in a healthy way. Okay. I'm going to try to do another reading for you guys later today, but I wanted to get this out. These messages are starting to feel urgent. There's just a lot of chaotic energy, a lot of frenzied energy, a lot of fear, and a lot of shadow energy, a lot of shadow sides of people are coming up. So we just, protect your space, protect your energy, and do what you can. Do what's within your control to keep the peace. You can only control yourself, guys. We can't control the actions of other people, the thoughts of other people. So let's see what this deck has. The Shaman's Dream Oracle. Fallen Angel, Spiritual Narcolepsy. I think this is like falling asleep at the wheel. I'm going to actually open the book for that one. And then Eyes of the Eagle, rising above the fray. Interesting. Oof, keen intuition, keen perception. Definitely not sensory overload, but interesting. We got 18 and 19 here. So some energies that are maybe connected in some way. So the Eyes of the Eagle is talking about protection, inherent trust. Yeah. It says the Eyes of the Eagle offers you the gift of foresight, the skill of looking ahead to see the unfolding of destiny before it all manifests in reality. The eagle's extraordinary vision allows it to spot the tiny mouse from its lofty perspective as it flies thousands of feet into the atmosphere. In a similar fashion, you too can train your keen eye to discern the workings of humans. Eyes of the Eagle is an invitation to witness the good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful, yet react to nothing. Act only to further your noblest calling. The eagle flies above all creatures. When it meets obstacles, it simply rises above them. Know that you are protected and can fly high above the judgment, slings, and arrows, and the darts of envy from others who may not have your great wings and are still arguing with the pigeons over crumbs. Interesting. So this is, again, aligning with, the cards are beautifully aligned lately. I'm always surprised. I'm always happily, pleasantly surprised when they align like this with what I'm feeling and what I'm sure many of you are feeling and picking up on as well with your beautiful intuition. But yeah, rising above the pettiness, rising above, other people's emotions, rising above any verbal assaults that are happening or any kind of attacks on your character, rising above other people's anger, rising above other people's fear, rising above other people's judgment. The judgment here of maybe because you're a healer and in your community, I know some of you live in a community where it's not acceptable, we're in places, even here in the States, where it's not acceptable to be a healer. And so you have to kind of keep it on the down low and you have to kind of hide your gifts and hide who you really are. So, just keep in mind that you're protected and you don't have to give in to those lower level energies as they may be circulating about you at this time. I know many of you are experiencing this. There's fear of food shortages coming back in, fear of job losses, fear of, money, fear of paying bills. There's all these fears kind of circulating. And I really expect that to continue to increase, especially with, again, we have this conjunction in Taurus that's coming up, causing disruption, causing chaos. And also because it's uniting with the North Node, which is destiny. It's like this is destined acts that are destined to happen. So things could get a little scarier here through the winter. I don't say this to, I say this to alarm you, but in a way in which to prepare yourself, not to scare you. I never want to instill fear in anybody. I don't think that's the way forward, and I don't think that's something that's going to positively create the outcome that we desire, all of us collectively. But just to be prepared, think for yourself, do your own research, maybe ditch the news, and start to go to more independent sources of information so that you can develop your own ideas about what's happening in the world and what might happen next. I know we're all sort of bracing for it, and it's a scary energy, and it does create that fear. So I think they're saying you're protected, no matter what's going on outside, externally, outside of you, you're protected. Very powerful energy the eagle is. I mean, the eagle is an apex predator. It doesn't have any predators itself. It preys on other animals. So if it dies of either because a human has injured him. I can't imagine somebody doing that, but I'm sure there are people that hunt eagles. I don't know. And it would be from just disease or old age. So they're not going to die because somebody, like another animal, has attacked them and killed them. So you got to think about that resiliency, that strength that is innate in the eagle, and you have that as well. A spiritual narcolepsy, falling unconscious. Yeah, you're cautioned now to not fall asleep or go unconscious. So if some of you have kind of been spiritual bypassing, it might be time to wake up. It might be time to, get back into your mission. Like if you've been kind of bypassing what's going on in the world, maybe it's time to open your eyes a little bit. Not to go over into the energy of fear or the arena of fear, but just to wake up and be like, okay, I really need to look at what's happening here. And I think I need to maybe correct course and get back on a spiritual path, whatever that might mean to you. Be aware also, guys, now of maybe new friends coming in or people coming in or old friends that you had before coming back in, with these retrogrades that we have, Saturn, Neptune. They could be the fallen angels. They could be the ones who might want to come in to use you. And this could be like lovers from the past, just to use you for their pleasure, but not really like they have nothing to give. They just kind of want to take. People that might appear to be pure and might appear to be good. And then what's really happening is they're just, they're coming in to use you. And I see this as people from the past or new people coming in, not really people that are already in your life. But it's an invitation to really, again, try to analyze things from a higher perspective, right? Know that you're protected. There's a lot of protection energy here, guys. And I think there's a reason for this. It's because, the truth is really coming out collectively in the world. The truth is coming out. Things are being exposed of, what this world is really about and people's true intentions. And I think we're really stepping into that energy of discernment. Be discerning, to bring clarity in. Make sure that you're not falling asleep at the wheel spiritually. Make sure that you're being aware of yourself, being aware of your own intentions, others' intentions, and trying to stay out of, the way or the field, like the energy field of anybody who might be kind of unleashing at you at this time, because it's not going to lead to anything productive. I hope this has been helpful, guys. I know it was a short reading, but it felt very necessary. So I'll try to get another reading out to you guys today. I'm trying to be more consistent with my readings here, as you've noticed. So I'll try to have a reading for you at least Monday through Friday. I'm going to do my best to really get those out to you. Maybe a couple of readings in one day, depending on, what I'm feeling and what needs to be really relayed. Take really good care, guys. And again, if you'd like to book a personal reading or coaching session, you can do that on my website. If you're not able to pay, because I think we're still having a few issues, I'm so sorry, you can email me at the email listed below and we'll get you set up. I look forward to working with you and meeting you guys. Take really good care, and I will see you soon.